I know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllday.com.
What's going on, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllday.com. Today's video is about the abundance mentality, abundance thinking. The reason I'm making this video is because I come across so many people, whether it's in sports, in business, or just regular day-to-day life, who have this limited, scarcity, fearful type of thinking. And I'll give you a few examples so you understand what I mean. The biggest example, the most prime example that all of you can relate to, is people have these scarcity mindsets around money. And that scarcity mindset is people act like people don't want to spend any money because their reason for not wanting to spend money is they say, well, maybe it costs too much, or I don't know if it'll be a waste of money, or I don't know if XYZ product or service is going to be worth it, as if the $20 or $50 or $200 that they're going to spend is the last $20 they'll ever have in their life, as if they will never make another dollar. People hold on to their money as if that's the only $20 they'll ever have again in their possession. Another example of this is with energy. People say, I want to save my energy. Y'all understand there's no such thing as saving energy. Either you use it or it gets transferred to something or someone else and they get to use it. But energy cannot be saved up. That's why we go to sleep every single day, so that we can renew our energy. And the biggest example, the main reason I even made this video is going back to my first point, which is talking about money. A lot of people have a lot of scarcity mindset around money. They have this mindset as if they never get another dollar, so they don't want to spend any money. And that scarcity mindset manifests itself in the form of fear, anxiety, stress, and worry, all around money. Any of you ever been fearful about money? Had some fear that you wouldn't have enough, or fear that you will lose it? You ever been stressed out over money? You ever had anxiety over money? You ever been worried about money? I know too many people who have had all of those afflictions. I've had those afflictions at different times until I started working on myself, started working on my mental game. And when I worked on my mental game, I was able to understand that the universe is one of abundance, and that's what I want to talk about in the points of this video here. First thing you got to understand when it comes to the abundance mentality is you're going to embed a new phrase into your mindset, and it's called "there's more where that came from." I'll say it one more time. There's more where that came from. So if you spend 20 bucks and you spend 20 bucks on this t-shirt that fell apart after you washed it one time, there's more where that came from. You can make another 20 bucks. Or you spent $50 or going to the movies or going on a date, and ended up the person you went to the movies on a date with wasn't even worth it. There's more where that came from. You can make yourself more money. You can find yourself another person to go on a date with. Everything that you do, anything that you invest in, whether you invest your energy, your attention, or your money into it, there's more where that came from. So you got to get rid of this mindset. I can't say don't do it, because it's not as simple as not doing it. You got to uproot from within you, in your subconsciousness, the mindset that anytime you use something, you can never get it back. And even though logically we all understand that if you spend $200, of course it's not the last money you'll ever have. You know you're going to make more money. Logically you understand that. But emotionally, many people don't understand that. Emotionally, people penny pinch. They get cheap. When it comes time to buy a product or service for themselves, they look for the cheapest one so that they can save money. They want to save a certain amount of money. Now, I'm not talking about save money like put money in your savings account for a rainy day or for your retirement fund or anything like that, or a down payment on a house or a car. That's not what I mean by save money. It means if someone has $100 to spend on, let's say you want to spend $100 on a personal trainer per session, but instead you go find a $40 trainer because you get to save that money. But what you come to find out is that the $85 trainer was 10 times better than the $40 trainer. So you spent $40, you still didn't get in the type of shape that you needed to get into, but you saved $45 because you were looking for the cheap thing, as if you would never make any more money, as if you couldn't make enough money to pay that first trainer. That's what I'm that's the example, a raw example that I'm giving, but I want y'all to understand it is an emotional thing. It's not a logical thing, it's an emotional thing. That people have this mindset that they will never get again. So the new mindset you're going to start using this phrase, and you got to use it over and over again. Start using it in different areas of your life. When you eat all the food in your refrigerator, there's more where that came from. When you spend all your paycheck, there's more where that came from. There's always more that you can get. That's your new phrase. There's more where that came from. Number two, you have to understand that aside from time, everything is replaceable. Everything is renewable. Everything replenishes itself as long as you stay alive and keep doing what you're doing. So if you spend all your money, you can make more money. If you spend all your energy, have you ever went through a day where you were just working all day, you were hustling, you were grinding all day. You get to the end of the day, you're dead tired, you can barely stand up, you're falling asleep before your head even hits the pillow. When you wake up the next day, how do you feel? It's a brand new day. You have a brand new batch of energy. You've been refilled. It's kind of like putting your phone on the charger, putting your laptop on the charger. It charged back up, you're back 100% now to go and attack a new day. So when you use up energy, it gets renewed. When you use up money, it can be renewed. Now you got to do something to get it renewed. It's the same thing with energy. You got to go to sleep or lay down or eat some food so it can get renewed, but it can be renewed. The only thing that can't be renewed is time. Once you use an hour, the minutes you use watching this video, you can never get them back. So make sure you are very, very careful with your time, and you should be most fiercely guarding, most fiercely protective of your time, even more so than your money or your energy, because you can replace those, but you can't replace time. Once that time is gone, it's absolutely gone. When it comes to energy, again, you can't save energy. You can't reserve energy. The reason why we sleep is so we can get more of it every single day. So whether you use it or you don't use it, you still lost time. You go through a whole day and say, well, I'm not going to do anything because I want to save up my energy for tomorrow. Now, of course, are there times where that makes sense? Yes, of course. If we're talking about athletic training or any type of sports work you've been doing or any type of physical fatigue, then maybe a full day of rest could actually help you recover it and get to an even higher level. Of course, that makes sense. So anyone who may want to be thinking about that nuance, of course, yes, there are exceptions to this. That there are times you do want to save energy. Well, you are, quote unquote, saving energy by resting. But for you to just say, I'm going to reserve energy, I want to save this up for this moment that you think you're going to have an opportunity to do something, usually that opportunity never comes. So the second point here that you can take from all of this that I'm saying is that aside from time, everything's renewable. And here's the third thing when it comes to developing this abundance mentality. Since we already know there's more where that came from, we know that everything is renewable except for time. Here's the third one. The more you give, the more you get. This is the law of karma in action. And I've never met a person who did not agree with the law of karma. The law of karma says whatever you put out is what you get back. Positive attracts positive, negative attracts negative. When you help other people, people will help you. If you're a jerk to people, people are going to be a jerk to you. If you have a confrontational energy, all of a sudden you're going to find people wanting to confront you. If you're really nice and helpful, people are going to be nice and helpful towards you. That's the way karma works. Again, but in my experience, everyone I've come across agrees with the law of karma. Therefore, with this abundance mentality, you got to understand, I can spend money. I can give some money away. I can help other people. I can give somebody my energy. I can give people my time, even time. I can give them my attention. I can give them my focus. Why? Because you know you're going to get it back. If you give time to a cause, there's going to come a time somewhere in life where you may not even make the connection between what you did and what happens later on. It might be 5 years later. Somebody's going to give you their time. You might help a whole bunch of people out who you didn't even know you were helping them out. But because you did, sometime in the future, or maybe the immediate future, someone's going to help you out. You can spend a whole bunch of money to do something for yourself. Let's say you spend a whole bunch of money to hire a personal trainer so you can lose 50 pounds. There's going to come a time that same energy that you put out, I'm going to help myself out and I'm going to invest in myself by doing this. You're going to get 10 times as much back from your investment than what you actually put out. And it may not be in the form of money. Maybe it's in the form of goodwill. Maybe it's in the form of positive attention. Maybe it's new friends you meet. Maybe it's a new husband or wife that you come across in the course of you going through your workouts with your trainer. Your trainer's next client after you is the person who becomes your wife or becomes your new boyfriend. You never know. But the energy that you put out, again, anything you put out, you're going to get back. So if you're putting out the energy of, I'll never have another dollar, I can't invest my time in anyone else, I got to think it's all about me, and it's this mindset of scarcity. I'll never have another one of this. I'll never have another opportunity like this. I'll never have this much money again. If you keep putting out that energy, and you can just be thinking it, you don't have to do anything. If you're even thinking it, that type of energy is going to come back to you. So when you have a mindset of scarcity, meaning scarcity means I don't have enough, right? When your mindset is I don't have enough, guess what? You're always not going to have enough. When your mindset is I don't have enough, even when you get more, you're still going to be in a frame of mind of I don't have enough. This is how, if any of you ever heard someone say, I know poor people who are very happy, and I know rich people who are miserable. The reason why some rich people can be miserable is because they have a mindset of scarcity. Meaning no matter how much money they have, they still got this frame of mind that is not enough. I may lose it. Somebody's going to try to take it away from me. Somebody's going to scam me out of the money. This is a scarcity mentality. And this is why, if any of you ever heard stories of people who won the lottery, someone can win the lottery, may have millions of dollars from winning the lottery, 5 years later, they're broke. Maybe even in a worse situation they were before they won the lottery. Why? Because they had a scarcity mentality. A scarcity mentality that is going to go away. Somebody's going to take it from me. I'm going to lose it. People are going to try to scam me out of my money. And guess what happens? That's exactly what happens. They lose it. They don't have any more. Somebody scams them out of it. The government comes for it. A whole bunch of negative energy comes to them. Even after they got this what appeared to be abundance, what appeared to be a blessing, it ends up being a curse for them. It puts them in a worse situation than they were in had they never won the lottery in the first place. This is because they have a scarcity mentality. And today, what I want you to take from this video is to eliminate that scarcity mentality from your life with an abundance mentality. 3 things to remember. Number 1, there's more where that came from. Number 2, aside from time, everything is renewable. And number 3, whatever type of energy you put out, it will come back to you, whether it's positive or it's negative. And this is an absolute fact. You can't dodge it. Work on your game. DreAllday.com.